put down my bags. I was ready to go on an audition, and she said to me, you know, I think it's going to be hard to say you. That's not what I wanted to hear. That was a $1,000, a 3,000-mile mistake. I said, aren't I going on an audition? She said, don't you want to find a place to live first? I said, no, actually, I don't. I'll figure that out later. I'm ready to go. I lived with a young lady that I met at college, Stephanie. Stephanie had a one-room apartment she shared with Francis X. Fian, her boyfriend who was a publicist. And in the apartment, there was a door. And then there was a hallway, but it wasn't really a hallway, it was like a cubby way. And then there was a bathroom. And I took the cushions from Stephanie's couch, and I would lie in this little cubby way, and that was my home for the next few weeks until I figured out what I was going to do. One night I thought, oh, I'm going to have a soda. I went and, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, all right, they were, okay. I stayed in my cubby. And then I went on my first audition. I went for the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which was, at that time, the Friends of television. And the producer said, I have no script. I only have one line, and please pass the salt. You're sitting at a table by yourself. He had a glass of pencils on his desk. And then I picked up one of the pencils, clinked the glass. I said, do not bother yourself. Do not get up. When you have a moment, could you pass the salt? I got back to my cubby, and I got the part. I got my first part. I had 4 lines. I had lived it to 6. The next week, I went to Paramount Studios. Now, I'm still under the spell of Yale Drama School, and my agent wanted to send me to this new series. I said, I don't know if I can do a series, you know. I was trained for the theater. She said, will you just go and meet the people? I said, okay. I went, I walked in, and then all the actors waiting to audition, they were all in front of me. I had seen every one of them on television. They were all famous. And me, hi, how are you? Wow. They're very tall. They look tall, even standing and sitting. They were all tall, and every one of them was named Chad. Okay, now it's my turn. I go in to meet the producers, Gary Marshall, Tom Miller, Eddie Milkis, 11 other people, the head of casting of Paramount Studios, and a man named Pasquale who was going to read the other part with me. Oh my goodness, I had hair down to my shoulders. I walked in and I thought, okay, honesty is the best policy. This sweat stain that looks like the Hudson River that is flowing under my arm is in direct correlation to the fear that is running through my body. And then I made a decision. I'm going to make Pasquale sit down. I said, hey, don't look at me like that. And then I read my 6 lines. I threw the script up in the air. I sauntered out of the room. And on my birthday, at the end of the month, when I had to go home, when my money ran out, I got the call and they said, would you like to play this part? I said, you know what, when he takes his jacket off, who does he have to be cool for? You let me show the emotional side, and I would love to do it. They said yes, I said yes, and my parents, I had to call them. I said, hey, you know what, I just got a part on a show. And they said, you know what, they're going on a trip to Europe. They're taking you, your sister, and what's his name? They never actually called my sister's first husband by his first name. They're taking you, your sister, and what's his name on a trip to Europe. We don't know how long they're going to be here. We don't know how long they're going to be around. 1973. Bless her heart, my mother died in 1991. But they didn't know how long they were going to be here. I said, I can't go. I'm so sorry. I just got a part on a show. It's small, but... And my mother, it was like yesterday. This is great. Here, tell your father. Very supportive. Okay, so now I go to Paramount Studios. I'm going to do the pilot. We're on stage 24, and it says, go to the mirror, comb your hair. I said to the director, you know, every actor that has ever played a part like this has always combed their hair. I'd like to be original. He said, it says comb your hair, go comb your hair. I walk up to the mirror, I pull out my comb. Hey, look at that, I don't have to because it's perfect. Wear leather because ABC, the network, thinks that I will be associated with crime. So Gary Marshall goes and says to them, you know, he could be very hurt if he's wearing cloth and riding a bike. They said, okay, when he is in a scene with his motorcycle, he can wear leather. Gary, there were no cell phones, went down to the lobby of ABC. He called up the writer's room. He said, okay, listen, never write another scene without his bike. That's why you see me pushing it into Arnold's, into the Cunninghams, in my apartment. And finally, now that jacket was stolen. That after the first year, somebody took that jacket. I never saw it again. I never heard about it again. Then they made me 6 leather jackets. They put them in a vault. We ripped one of the jackets lining out so that I could actually water ski in it. You know, here I am practicing to jump the shark. Adorable. Adorable. Well, it was before braces. And here I am, actually jumping the shark. Now, I did everything except for the stunt, because they wouldn't let me do a stunt, because there was only one of me. If I got hurt, we'd out of business. So, I did all the water skiing. At the end of the water skiing, I let go of the rope, and I slid up on the sand, if you remember the episode at all, and I smiled, I stepped out of the skis, smiled, and they froze on my face. Half that smile is the Fonz going, hey, I did it. The other half of the smile is Henry going, holy mackerel, I did it.